Okay, so today we're going to dive into the story of a queen you've probably never heard of, but whose story of rebellion is honestly one for the ages. We're talking about a warrior and a brilliant strategist who took on a global superpower way before the famous uprisings we all read about in the history books.
All right, let me just kick things off with a question for you. When you think of Indian rulers fighting the British, who comes to mind? Now, what if I told you that the first queen to not only fight them, but to actually win, did it all the way back in the 18th century?
Well, her name was Rani Velu Nachiyar. From 1730 to 1796, she was the queen of the Sivagangai kingdom in what is now Tamil Nadu. And her story is just one of incredible resilience and truly revolutionary thinking. Her people actually gave her this special name, one that just perfectly captures her story of courage, especially when she was facing this unbelievable tragedy. She was known as Veera Mangai, which means the brave woman. And look, this wasn't just some fancy title. It was a name she absolutely earned through immense loss and just incredible bravery. So her whole journey as a rebel leader, it all kicked off with a truly devastating event. In a battle against the combined forces of the East India Company and their allies, her husband, the king, was killed. This forced her to flee with her young daughter, her entire kingdom lost. But, and this is the incredible part, this was not the end of her story. Not even close. In fact, it was the beginning of a calculated, brilliant comeback, one that started with her time in exile. For 8 long years, she lived as a queen without a kingdom. But she wasn't just hiding out. Oh no. She was planning, she was building alliances, and she was preparing for her return. It was really a masterclass in patience and strategic focus. I mean, her strategy was just so methodical. After that tragedy in 1772, she found protection under the powerful ruler Hyder Ali. But she wasn't just a guest. She was a general in waiting. Over those 8 years, she forged these key alliances, and in a move that was completely ahead of her time, she created the first known army of trained women soldiers in India. And this is where you really see her diplomatic genius shine. She secured the powerful backing of Hyder Ali, and she allied with other local leaders like Gopala Nayakar. She knew she couldn't do it alone, so she built this coalition that was strong enough to actually challenge the company. So she's got her army. She's got her allies. It was finally time to strike back, and her plan of attack was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before. So, in 1780, after 8 years of careful preparation, Rani Velu Nachiyar declared war. And this wasn't some minor skirmish. This was an all-out campaign to take back her kingdom. You know, in any war, intel is everything, right? And the Rani's network? Wow. Did they deliver? She found out the one piece of information that would change everything, the precise location where the British stored all of their ammunition. Okay, and this is where her strategy goes from brilliant to absolutely revolutionary. Knowing she couldn't match their firepower head-on, she came up with this shocking and incredibly daring plan. She organized a self-sacrificial mission to destroy their ammunition store, basically taking away their single biggest advantage in one huge fiery explosion. I mean, just let that sink in for a second. This is believed to be the very first time a self-sacrificial attack was used as a military tactic in India, a strategy designed and carried out by a queen in the 18th century. It's just incredible. So, with the enemy's entire arsenal just gone, the path to victory was suddenly wide open. And she won. Simple as that. Her brilliant, unconventional strategy actually worked. Supported by her allies and her loyal army of women, Rani Velu Nachiyar defeated the East India Company's forces and successfully took back her kingdom. So when you step back and look at her legacy, it's just staggering. The first Indian queen to fight the British, the creator of the first women's army, the innovator behind a daring new military tactic, and, most importantly, the first queen to actually win her war against them. And that kind of brings us to this big final question, doesn't it? We've just heard the story of an unbelievable innovator and a true Veera Mangai. So why is it that some of history's most effective and courageous heroes, people like Rani Velu Nachiyar, are so often forgotten, so unsung? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for joining me.